Hi, I'm Real Genetic Demon, and these are my pickups for May 2020. I know it's late, but we'll get there. Hi. Right, okay, and just for TootyUK, I am just going to stick my glasses on because I can't actually see what's on the boxes, but I can't see the camera if I haven't got them on. It's ridiculous. Old age. Anyway, so first I've got a collection from my friend Danny McDonald. He sent me this lovely selection of games. Well, I bought a lovely selection of games off him anyway. It's like my own personal drug dealer. He sent me Runabout 3, and this is actually quite good. This is a speculative sort of buy from me, and I wasn't really sure whether or not I would like this game, but actually it turns out to be quite a good game. It's a bit silly, and it's not very expensive, but you smash cars up, and the one guy you get is a Mustang to begin with. The footage should be up there in the top corner. We're definitely going the whole hog today. We're going with the footage for everything, and there's lots of games, so we've got lots to go through. So another one from Danny. This is Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories. This is a different story of another chap. This is Vic Vance. I wanted to say Vince because I saw his name. It's Vic Vance. Basically, it's Grand Theft Auto. It's in the Grand Theft Auto Vice City world. It's really good actually. I'm not so keen on the new ones, but I like the Vice City ones because it's got that lovely 80s soundtrack, which is just really, really good. So, Vice City. Next we have Destroy All Humans 2. I really like this. Make War, Not Love. It's really good fun actually. You get to play the bad guys, you get to play the aliens, and you get to run around, well, shooting the FBI and people like that. It's kind of cool. Very good. Then we have what's running on here at the moment, because I plugged that in. This here, Tekken 4. This is just the Platinum Edition. I'm not really bothered whether it's Platinum Edition or not. It came with the manual and everything. Look, I'm not really bothered whether it's Platinum Edition. I just like playing the games, and it's not. I'm not a mad collector, so I'm not overly fussed about that. The only thing I really collect is Master System games, which is sort of my mad collection, if anything. So we got that. He also sent me some Master System games. Just moving straight on. That was very neat, wasn't it? This is 3D. This is Maze Hunter 3D. Now, Maze Hunter 3D uses the 3D glasses, and I don't know how you turn off the functionality to sort of, I don't know, not have the 3D effect. You'll see it on top corner screen. It's kind of like that. Bit weird, but yeah, that's another one of my list of games that I need. Then we have Wanted, which is a light gun game, and I bought a light gun and a phaser this month, and I hate doing this kind of stuff, but I'm going to go run over here and show you. Look, I bought a phaser. Oh, come on. Got a phaser. Cool. Anyway, so that was for I got that. Didn't just get that for Wanted. It was for some other things as well. Works fine. So that was Danny. Now I've got some other things from other people, or not other people, but inspired by other people. So I watched a video by Scott Brand, Sega Zombie, and he recommended this game for the Sega Saturn called Baku Baku. He said it was only on the Sega Saturn. It isn't. It's on the Game Boy, but it's like a slightly different version. But Baku Baku, it's a really good puzzle game, which kind of needs Sega to revitalise it and bring it back again, because I could see that as a really sort of special sort of game. The box isn't the best, but at least the manual's there and all the discs. It's fine. It's fine. Baku Baku, very good. Actually, Baku Baku Animal apparently. But anyway, so that was inspired by his video, and it was a couple of months back, that probably, or maybe last month. And then I've got some from that were inspired by Zoe Kirk Robinson. I'll put links to all these people's channels down below. These came in her list. She's going through her. She's trying to get a complete PAL version of the PlayStation 2 games. So we have 1945, which is a shoot 'em up from. It's a Saeko actually. It's one of my favourites actually. I've got somewhere up here. There's the Switch cartridge, which I had to order from Japan, which is like 60 quid, but it was worth it because it's got loads and loads of games on it, including Gunbird. But this is 1945. This is really good actually. Part 1 and 2 plays good. And if you've ever seen Dave Plays Retro Games badly, Birdsall's channel, he often has it running on his screen in the top corner, and he put it on for me especially one week. So we also got another one that's inspired. I quite like this one. This is Army Men, Air Attack, Blades Revenge. This is a good one. It's a bit kind of like Desert Strike, but with plastic figures. It's cool. 3DO game. Like that one. Another one from her list, because she's going through alphabetically, so you can tell by the letters that are on here. We've got Battlestar Galactica. Really, really, really impressed by this one. They're really good, sort of shooting around, shooting at the Cylons. This is not the remake, this is the original one. So you've got the original sort of Cylon ships, which are like sort of more flat and round, whatever else. But anyway, it's really cool. That's worth playing. And if you don't have a copy, grab a copy. It's not expensive. So definitely a good one. Then we have Bombastic. Now this, I'm going to put in the top corner there, obviously. Bombastic reminds me very much of Devil Dice, and Devil Dice was one of my it was a game that I got on the PlayStation 1, really, really tough, sort of a game where you roll around the dice and you match the numbers together, so 2 and 2 makes it explode, 3 and 3 and 3, so 3, 3, 6, 3s makes it explode, and that kind of thing. You roll around, very much the same here, but like multiplayer, 5 different sort of characters, and it's a Capcom game. It's good, very nice, enjoyed that one. So let's go with the ones that I got for specific reasons. Let's go with the Xbox ones. Sorry for taking it down here, just out of view, but everything's here. Let's go with the Xbox ones, and then we'll go through what's there. So Taito Legends for the Xbox. That was actually really good. So that's got Operation Wolf, Rainbow Islands, Bubble Bobble. It's like one of the best ones you can get, if you ask me. It's even got elevator action and a few other things there. I'm just reading the back of it actually. Space Invaders Part 2. Do you know what? Space Invaders Part 2 is really quite good. I quite enjoyed that. Very cheap, very inexpensive for a lot of games. 29 games, brilliant. Can't beat that, can you? Okay, so next we've got Sid Meier's Pirates. This is a game that I got because I wanted to play pirates, basically. This is recommended to me by Dave Plays Retro Games, Badly Birdsall. And it's pirates, and it's really good. And it was another thing that moves into the next thing. So I'll tell you what the next thing is. The next thing is Splinter Cell. Now, Splinter Cell, if you know your Xboxes, is used to soft mod them. So basically to modify them so you can change the hard disk. Now, my hard disk was making this metallic clicking noise, and as I work in the industry, I know the metallic clicking is a bad thing when it comes to hard disks. So it's making a metallic clicking, so I needed this to soft mod it. So I needed a specialised crafted save for this game. Load this game, load the save, it loads Linux onto your machine, and basically allows you to reformat it and put Linux on it and run it like that. Brilliant, excellent thing. So that meant I could play Pirates quite happily. Not a big Splinter Cell fan, I'm afraid. I've got it, and I'm keeping it more for the case of that. I've got other Xboxes in the house that need soft modded, so I'm going to keep it for that reason. So that's Splinter Cell. Right, okay, on we go. Now, more for my Master System collection. Now, I put videos up about this already, but they're there, and it's good. I quite like Game Ground. It's kind of, apart from being very mucky, I must clean these. Game Ground is kind of I think of it more like Akari Warriors, but on a single screen, where you kind of run around shooting and killing everything on the screen to either exit or stay on the level. It's kind of weird. It's like the storyline is basically Westworld. It's quite weird. If you want to look at it, I'll put it in the description below, the video for it already. And then we have Ghouls and Ghosts. This is obviously the second one. So you had, is it Ghosts and Goblins, the first one? Ghosts? No. Ghouls and Goblins. Ghouls and Goblins, I think is the first one. This is Ghosts and Goblins. That's got Ghouls and Ghosts, and then it's Ghosts and Goblins. Yeah, there's 3 of them. Terribly named, but yeah, really good. Again, another one that I've actually done a video on already. So if you want to have a little look at it, have a look in the description below, and we can have a little look at that one. It's cool. So nice big pile going on there. Right, next one. This is what a pile. I've got so many things to talk to you about this week. So let's see what we got here. Let's go with the next one. This is a massive pile. So I got Runabout because I liked it from my friend Danny. So I got Runabout 2. I can't find Runabout 1. I don't think it existed for the PlayStation 1. It's all right. You could see where the transition came to Runabout 2. Runabout 3. It's kind of zip around the town, crashing into things on 13 wild missions plus hidden rescue missions. It's just a bit weird, really, and unlocking vehicles. It's meant to be, but usually because it's a Midas game, it's terrible. But it's actually all right terrible, if there's such a thing as all right terrible. It's terrible but good at the same time. I quite like that. So we've got Runabout. Then we had some other racing goodness. We have Ridge Racer Type 4, and it's Ridge Racer Type 4. Arcade racing. Can't say more than that, really. Can we? No. Ridge Racer. It's alright. This one, oh, I'm going to put that there, actually, just the thought with that one. This one's an interesting one. This one, I ordered 2 games from a seller, and this one didn't arrive, and neither did the other one. They got lost in the mail, and the seller came back and they refunded me on eBay without any questions. And then they came back and said, look, we're sorry we lost them. Would you like War Games free? We found another copy. Would you like us to send it again? And I said, well, yeah, because actually that's the game I really wanted. It's a kind of game where you interact with a map, shooting things. It's up in the corner there, you'll see it. But I actually really like this, and I had a lot of fun playing this back in the day. So when they said they'd send it to me for free, they did send it to me for free. And how nice is that? So War Games was a freebie. Excellent. Okay, now Tekken 2 is probably one of my top 5 sort of nostalgic PlayStation 1 games, but I thought I'd better add Tekken 1 because I've been on a bit of a mission to get Tekken games at the moment. So we've got Tekken 1, which has the little Space Invader, Gallagher Space Invader loading on it. I don't find Tekken 1 as good as Tekken 2. Tekken 2 is better in my mind, but I thought I'd add Tekken 1 as I was at it. So that's Tekken 1. And as we can see, we've got Tekken 4 running there, because I'm a bit Tekkening at the moment, really. I like a little bit of Tekken, Then we had Gran Turismo, which is was again in my nostalgic list, but I had to have Gran Turismo 2, which is the more refined version of the 2 games. It's the sort of the more refined on the PlayStation 1. So yeah, it's great. I really enjoyed. I mean, I do remember having it, and if you get the right version, unfortunately I have no manual, which is a bit of a disappointment, but if you get the right version, they've got like tyres on it you can scratch, and it smells like rubber. That's what they did, they made them sniffy, so you could sniff them. It's got sniffing discs. I don't think it actually says it's sniffy on it though. That's what you're meant to get. 50. If you get one of those, Gran Turismo, the right version, it's got smelly discs. Sounds wrong, doesn't it? It really does. Anyway, Ace Combat 3. Yep, it's an arcade shooter in the air. Very impressive for its time. PlayStation 1 game. I kind of fancied it. There was another one that I just thought I'll have that while I'm at it. Okay, PlayStation 2 games. We are into Legends 2, which is basically, as I said before, I'm a bit into Taito games at the moment. Have you noticed? There's a lot of Taito going on here. So we have various shoot 'em ups over here. Raystorm, Darius. Sorry. We've got Violent Flight, Grid Seeker. I think this is the one with Insector X. What else have we got on here? We've got all kinds of things. Alpine Ski. Quite enjoyed that actually. It's a silly sort of like skiing thing. I can't remember the details of it now, but I did remember quite enjoying that one. It was quite bizarre. Super Space Invaders 91, that kind of thing. Very nice, enjoyable. Puzzle Bobble is the big one on there. I think there's 40 games on here actually. I may be wrong. Maybe not 40. Maybe another 20, but well worth it. Quite a cheap one on that one as well. The Title Legends 2. Then we've got some underrated PS2 games. I went on a bit of a search on the internet to find underrated PS2 games, and these are some of the games that came up. Not the cheapest, so I think I paid about a tenner a piece for them, but not the most expensive in the world. So we have Killer 7 from Capcom. This is the strangest game. You kind of don't walk around, well you do, but it's like a choose your own adventure where the like exits kind of appear in this lovely sort of what I would call cell shaded characters. So they're more blocky than anything else, and it's just so weird. I don't know what to think of this. I think it's probably underrated because I don't think anybody understood quite what it was about. If you played Killer 7, you put it in the comments below because that's a really weird game and it's got some great music. But your character that guides you is like a gimp of some sort. It's like tied up, hanging with a gas. Yeah, I know. It's weird, honestly. Very weird. Another one was very cheap. Freedom Fighters. This is quite good. I quite enjoyed this one. This one was sort of the Russians take over the United States, and you basically have to save every thorny from the thing. So very good. Enjoyed that one. Right, carrying on. Another one that was underrated. I can see why, but I haven't got into it yet. Tenchu. Now I like Tenchu Stealth Assassin on the PlayStation 1, and this one looks quite interesting. Not really got into it. You'll see a little bit of footage of me probably just fighting somebody, but I was meant to do it like stealthy kills and all this kind of stuff. Very nice indeed. Nice graphics, nice to play. Just not quite got into it yet. Okay, so next, let's do these ones. I've got a big pile here hiding underneath the desk. Let's start with the top ones. So we have, keeping with the ninja theme, we have Tenshu Dark Secret on the DS. It was cheap. It's pretty pants, if I'm honest. I really didn't like that at all. It's not much cop. It's all right. It's just not brilliant. It's like top down. It's like weird for a stealth game. Then we have Mario Party DS. This is all right. It's strange. It's like a board game with puzzle games built into it. It's all right. It was dirt cheap, so again, another one for the DS pile, because I've got quite a lot of DS games. We've got Micro Machines V4, so we've got that, which is basically Micro Machines from top down. It's not bad actually on the DS. It's not brilliant, but it's not bad. I think it's a multi-cart as well. Yeah, wireless play multi-cart, so you can basically put your friends on by beaming the program to them on a DS, which is fine. We have Burnout Legends, which is basically Burnout for the DS. It's okay. It's not the best. That you can see that the system itself is not struggling, but it's not really. You're not getting the graphics that you're getting, because I think Burnout Legends was a PlayStation 2 and Xbox game, and you can see that this is a little bit on the DS. It's a little bit sort of subpar power wise. This one I really liked. Again, this is Taito. This is a game called basically Monster Bomber, which is kind of like Space Invaders with different colours and pots of paint. It's really weird. I quite liked it. Quite cheap, quite inexpensive. There's footage running here, but I really like that because you kind of move it around and you paint at them, and it's all right. It's like Space Invaders but weird. Right, carrying on. Another Taito game done by Square Enix. It's Arachnoid. It's great. It's Arachnoid. Basically, break the ball down and pass on to the next bit. It's fine. Really like that one. Another one. This isn't. This came up as part of the Taito searches that I was doing, and this is Freedom Wings. This is a sort of plane travelling game. You kind of control it from the bottom screen, and the plane flies around. I don't know if I put both on there. We'll see when I put the footage up. But there's a plane sort of flying around. It's good. It's okay. It's not bad. If you like that kind of thing, sort of more strategic, but with some shooting in it. When you kind of get to the fights, the combat goes to live. Whereas when you're flying, you just kind of click on the look. You know, with the stylus, you click on the location you want to fly to. This one I kind of picked up and I thought, well, what the hell? I've got my daughter liked the game on the Xbox 360. I didn't even know it was on DS. It's Viva Pinata, and it plays like Viva Pinata. It's on the bottom screen now. There's going to be loads of wobbly footage going up here, but this is my daughter's game because she's been busily playing it, and I don't think the cartridge is in there. I'm surprised actually. She's been playing it on and off, to be honest with you. But it's Viva Pinata. If you've ever played Viva Pinata, you basically have to make the garden nice so that other animals move in. It's kind of a kids game, but good fun. Right, following on, DS games. 3DS games now. God, loads of them. Right, 3DS games. Here we go. We have the regular show, 8-bit, whatever else it is. It's got like shoot 'em ups in it. It's got platformers in it. It's Mordecai and Rigby. I'm a bit of a fan of the regular show. I think it's a great and underrated 80s styled cartoon from nowadays. Well worth watching. I like the regular show. The game itself, it's average. Okay, you want to do those? Yeah, let's do those. So, again, I went on looking for underrated things, and this is an underrated 3DS game. This is Heroes of the Ruin. It's basically Diablo for 3DS, and if you like Diablo, which is an action RPG, you'll like this, and it's really good, and I've got the whole lot of that, and it's actually really, really good. Multiple classes, story, adventure, whatever else it is, picking stuff up, swapping items out, brilliant stuff, usual kind of thing. Another underrated one that a little bit more expensive. This one, I think it was 15 quid when I paid for this one, but it allows you to create careers, and you can have up to 12 careers, including being a cook or a miner or a fisherman and things like that. And it's kind of a Zelda-esque style input, and it's good. I quite like it. Yeah, if you don't, this is one where it's, your world, your quest, your life. It says I like this one. I think this is going to be one that I'm going to be actually playing for quite a while. So that's good. Fantasy Life. This one I really enjoyed playing the other day. Steel Diver. It's basically you play around in a submarine. There's a tactical mode where you kind of move around and do this, that, and the other. There's undersea missions, and then there's Periscope Strike, which is up there, which basically is an augmented reality. You rotate the DS in the direction of the ships as you sort of move around, so it's kind of got a bit of activity involved in it. I know you could probably do it from the controller at the bottom, but you rotate around and you fire missiles and torpedoes at the ships. It's actually quite good fun. That's really good, that one. Not very expensive again, a good one to get at. More Ridge Racer. This is kind of like PlayStation 2 Ridge Racer on a 3DS. It's alright actually. The graphics aren't bad at all. It's really quite nice. It looks good, so and nice to play. Arcade Racer. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I've got 2 copies of the manual because they managed to mix up one of my games and forget the manual when I ordered it. So I ended up with 2 manuals, wrong cartridge in it, which they put in another cartridge box. And I got it in the end. I got all the bits and pieces back together, but I've ended up with 2 manuals for that. So if anybody wants a Ridge Racer manual, let me know. Super Pokemon Rumble, it was like 50p or something stupid like that, and I bought it, and I wish I hadn't because it's rubbish. Well, I don't want. Do you know what? I've never got into Pokemon. I'd say it's rubbish. It's not rubbish. It's just not my kind of game. I'm probably going to give that to my daughter and let her play it. She'll play that. She'll enjoy that. Mind you, I think she was kind of looking at it going, ugh. Anyway, next, this is Adventure Time. More role-playing sort of, action and action-adventure light. It's not really a roguelite, no manual unfortunately. Basically you get to choose some of the main protagonists from the TV cartoon. The cartoon's really good. Game is, average. This one is a turn-based strategy game, and it's really quite good. This is the one I think that I was missing the manual for, and they put the cartridge in the wrong one. But this is a turn-based strategy game based on Steam, using Steam as in Steam, and it stands for Strike Team Eliminating of the Alien Menace. There's big aliens in it, whatever else. It's a game I'd really like to get and spend more time on. It's good, it's interesting, worth having a look at. Relatively cheap as well. Another underrated title. This is what I was saying. There's some underrated titles in here. The Fantasy Life, Heroes of the Ruin, and this one ones that were seen as underrated. This is another underrated title. This is Little Battler's Experience. This is basically, imagine instead of having big robots, you have little robots that fight in cardboard boxes with surroundings, and it's imagine if there was some way of reducing the size of those massive mechs and making them small but still do all the same things with them. That's what it is. It's basically fighting and that kind of stuff. There's lots of online content for it. It's I'm not convinced by it, but apparently it is an underrated one that's worth looking at. I might spend some more time on it to see if I like that one. So that's that one there. Right, okay, so I'm not going to get through this without having a little pause because my camera only records for 30 minutes at a time, so we may have to have a little pause. So what we'll do is, I'm going to, by the power of magic, I'm going to stop it now and start it now. Well, hopefully that worked. I don't know about the continuity, maybe I was like that or something like that. Was I like that? I don't know. One or two. Anyway, so the next little lot is interesting. So I wasn't sure that my Xbox was going to make it, and I know I've got 2. One of them's my daughter's claimed one to play Fable, so I wasn't sure it was going to make it. So back in May, I purchased another Xbox, which had already been soft modded with a 320 gig hard disk and no games on it. Just, well, I say no games on it. Has basically arcade classics on it, so it's got about 6,000 arcade classic games on it. So it's been modified with that, and it's fine. It's great, and it has a big pink light, which I'm going to put in the picture up above. That's a big pink light. It's awesome. So a nice big pink light. But as a surprise, and I wasn't actually expecting it, it came with some games. So we actually have some more games. We've got Halo. It's Halo. Everybody knows Halo, don't they? It's that's the first outing of our Master Chief, basically. We've got Halo. More Splinter Cell for me not to play. I couldn't even work out how to get off the beach, I'm afraid. There's footage up there, but that's just me kind of trying to work my way off. Can't work it out. That's a bit too tough for me. Rally Sport Challenge. Now, the funny thing is, the chap used it to box the console in, so well, it's a bit dirty, to be honest with you. But anyway, Rally Sport Challenge. Yeah, it's fine. This one I'm a bit sad about. It has a terrible crack. This is San Andreas, and unfortunately didn't make it. In the sense it didn't crack en route. It's obviously had a crack beforehand, but there's like a massive gouge out of the disc itself. So it didn't really make it, which is a bit of a shame. I should be able to find a disc online though. That should be easy enough to rectify because all of the manuals and things like that are in there. This one, RPM tuning. It should be garbage and I should hate it, but I didn't, and it's okay. It's a sort of racing game with, you know, you've got your specialised sort of souped up car that you buzz around things, and I quite enjoyed it. I actually found myself playing it and going, actually it's all right. I was expecting it to be rubbish, to be honest with you, and it wasn't. So that's always a pleasant surprise when things are not rubbish. Right, this is Oddworld Munch's Odyssey. Now this is a 3D adventure where you can play co-op together. I haven't played very much of it. I was a big fan of the original Oddworld, but I never really got into it. I have a big problem. I sometimes don't manage these games, and sometimes I should do better. And original Oddworld, I loved the idea of it. I loved the graphics. I loved how it looked, and I never really played enough of it. And I got so far through it and then just stopped playing it because something else will come along, to be honest with you. Look at this big pile here. Some people love these piles. Now, if you've noticed, by the way, over my shoulder though, the DS pile has gone, because it became structurally unsound and was a danger to small children, so we actually had to take it down. It took two of us to take it down, one of us holding it in place while the other one, it was brilliant. It was like, it was, to be fair, it was like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. It was doing that. It was awesome. But anyway, I'm not allowed to put it to the ceiling anymore. We were that far away from the ceiling, I was just gutted. Anyway, next one is NBA Inside Drive. I actually didn't mind this. Oh no, is this the one? No, this one I didn't. This one I wasn't that keen on. This is just basketball, basically. I'm not a big basketball fan, and as you can see, he used it as packing, so it fell apart. But the game still works, so I might just get a new box for it, to be honest with you. That's fine. But nah, not. Can live without it. Not bothered. Another one that was a surprise, but again used as packing. Mortal Kombat Deception. This includes chess. What else has it got? Puzzle combat. Quest combat. Quite like this one. I don't think I've actually played this version before. Manual got a bit mangled as well in the process of whatever else. I think somebody stuck through it. But actually, it's really good. I quite like that one. Quite surprised, really. Okay, and then we finished with, and I'm not big on. No, that's not true. I love Sims, but I don't. This isn't not really bothered about this. This is Urban's Sims living their lives together. I'm not overly fussed one with the other. They've got some instructions on how to do things though, so somebody's done that with it. But yeah, not bothered about that one. Okay, so I also was looking at my PlayStation 2 because I've actually only got one of those. So I thought, well, I might as well buy another one. And I got one for 45 quid. I was quite surprised with two controllers, two adapters, all the cables and all the other things on eBay, and I was utterly amazed that it came for just 45 quid. So I got another one for £45. And again, bit of a surprise. Came with a load of games, and I know there was some games coming with it, but I didn't realise how many. We had WWF Warzone. It's all right. It's wrestling. It's up there in the top corner. This is getting a very high thing now. Now this is the one that I was going to say. Ooh, that nearly went over. This is the one. I've got to make a space there. Look. Right. Okay. NBA Ballers. This is two one-on-one round the basketball court. I quite enjoyed that actually, more than I thought I would do. That actually preferred way over the NBA whatever it is Inside Drive thing. So we got Rocky Legends, which is basically apparently to redo the Rocky story, but if you can see on the footage, I just absolutely get mashed by whoever I'm fighting against. It's not brilliant. Escape from Monkey Island. This is Monkey Island 4. I was going to say 3. I haven't played 3, I don't think. No, I don't think I've played 3, and I don't think I played 4 either, and I wasn't overly impressed. It took me ages to look at on Fire and Cannonball. It's alright. The one that started them all, Grand Theft Auto 3. It's Grand Theft Auto. It's not my favourite. Grand Theft Auto Vice City is my favourite. I've said this before many a times. The music is fantastic, but no, it's not my favourite, but groundbreaking at its time. Then we have FIFA, the 1 penny or 10p in every store going around. FIFA 2003, actually complete FIFA 2003, which is even more rare. It's all right actually. Do you know something? I put it on and played it for a bit, and I was quite surprised that I played it for as long as I did. It's FIFA, but surprising that I played it. This next one, I thought I might like it. Master of Bushido, Kengo, and this one took a knock as well, because again, this person used it as packing. Games for packing is just the bizarrest thing ever. Footage at the top corner there. I really wanted to like this, and I bloomin' hated it. I'm not actually that fussed about it. It may be one that goes off to be traded in. To be honest with you, I was disappointed. To be honest, it's a game I probably won't play again. I'll play FIFA before I play this. That tells you something about it, doesn't it? Okay, this is the big one. This is the big hitter amongst it all. This is Marvel vs. Capcom 2. This is fantastic. This is really good. This is just a great game. It's Marvel, Capcom, all the things that go on with it. It's just brilliant. I'm really impressed by that. Great game. And that's a big one, that one. This next one is just a complete waste of a disc. This is a Ministry of Sound edition, a modern groove, and you don't do anything other than choose between 5 hours of 60 dynamic tracks and backgrounds, and it just flies past like it's doing on the screen right now. And then I went, it's not a game, it's just like a visual interactive disc. And I know those things happened back then, but really? So, no, a horrible, no, ugh. Half-Life. Now the footage is going to be a bit weird because I did this bit called Decay, and I don't know what that is, but the main game itself has a lot of loading. Everywhere you go has loading. It would be alright if it wasn't for the loading. There's loads of loading. It's okay, but there's loads and loads of loading. It's okay. Just lots of loading. I finished Half-Life. Yeah, I finished that. And I was well through Half-Life 2. I've not finished that one. That's what I want to finish, but I finished it not on that version, Xbox 360 version. This one I should hate, and everybody should hate, and they should go, oh, it's horrible, but I actually really found it quite amusing. It's just like a teenage boy's sort of wet dream almost. It's just ridiculous. It's so stupid. There's blood everywhere, and there's punching, and there's smacking people, and there's inappropriately dressed characters, and it's just the most ridiculous thing ever. And I really liked it. I don't know why. And it's like, I was playing it, I'm like, I quite like this. It's a good game, but it's just stupid. It controls terribly. It's awful. It's just stupid, but there's blood and there's guts everywhere. There's a guy with a baseball bat on the back, you know. It's just stupid. God, it's Paradox as well. Paradox went on to do some great strategy games. That's just ridiculous though. Terrible, but at the same time I liked it. I don't know what it is. It's one of those things, awful but terrible. Now this one I was told. Right, sorry for that weird interruption. My little boy decided to walk across in front of the camera. I should have closed the door, that's my own fault. Anyway, so we're up to the next game after the backyard wrestling, and we've got Def Jam Vendetta. Now everybody was saying this is really good, but it reminds me of the Wu-Tang game years ago where you basically have rappers fighting rappers, and that's basically what it seems to be. I actually thought this was more fun than this. I mean, this is very well crafted, to be honest with you. Yeah, there's lots of detail and graphics and whatever else it is, but that's just silly fun. This is trying to be like serious fun, and it's not. And it's not fun because it's so serious, and that's what I don't get. It's too serious to be fun. But this is EA big. Anyway, so we've got that one, and to finish with, this is the very last one. This is my last pickup this month. This is MTV Music Generator 2. I've got Music Generator 1 on the PlayStation 1. It basically allows you to pick samples together and put them together and do and make different musical things of your own. It apparently includes the full video of the Gorillaz, Clint Eastwood. There we go. So that's it. So that was my pickups for this month. I have another seriously large one coming for June. Well, obviously I'll do it in July, but we're not far off that anyway. So I've been your host, Real Generic Demon. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe wherever it is, and I'll catch you in my next video. See you later. Bye bye.